I've met some of my closest, most trustworthy friends from my involvement there. I've gained a great support system with the staff there, and there's always an abundance of information available.
Knowledge more than anything. As I mentioned before, as most males, I myself came into college not really truly understanding issues that a woman might be facing, or a woman might be having to deal with in her life. And I just think that the Women's Center truly helped me fully connect my life with a woman's life, in the sense of what I could do to not necessarily impede on anyone's life, but how I can try and improve all's.
Insight. I went to a rape victims hearing one time that was sponsored by the Women's Center, and I learned a lot about what rape victims have gone through, how to prevent it.
Oh my gosh, confidence, friends, education, everything. I don't know if I would have stayed in school if I hadn't have had the Women's Center.
The Women's Center is what gets me out there. Is I go to the events and I promote the events, and really without that I'd probably still be that first year student that sits in their room all day not doing anything.
I am. It made me not afraid to attend events, because even as a non-trad and being almost 50, I felt out of place a lot of times in class. And yet at the programs and at the Women's Center, I never felt out of place, even with my views. And I love the Women's Center and their programs, because everybody can gain from them, everybody.
They have resources for everyone, not just women, and that they also provide awesome events and opportunities for you to view students.
I tell them I will take you there if you're afraid. It's kind of hidden. People don't know quite where it is. And you can't get there from the LGBTQ center like people think you can, even though it's right around the corner. And I offer, I will take you, I will introduce you, just by being encouraging, saying it helped me, and just my testimony and how I felt.
I would like to see more leaders, campus leaders involved. I myself, I'm pretty busy too, but I know OSA has sponsored Walk a Mile in Our Shoes for a few years now. But I think just more campus leaders, getting more people involved and more aware of the Women's Center, I think would be really beneficial for a lot of people, including men as well. I think it's imperative that it's a two-front effort, and we make sure it's more visible and more available for a lot of people.
I would like to see more males involved in the Women's Center, not in the sense of saying that the Women's Center is only for males or anything like that. Obviously, I mean, that title speaks for itself, but I feel that especially coming into college, most males in general tend to not really understand women's issues, things that only a woman would truly need to deal with in her life. And I think that the Women's Center can be a wonderful resource of information and knowledge for those sorts of individuals to truly understand a woman's role, or at least the issues that a woman may go through in her lifetime, especially during her college years.
I'd like to see pretty much the whole campus to be more involved, because right now I feel like there's not enough diversity involved. But I definitely want to see more people from the Multicultural Education Center, and specifically men.